Remember GameStop back in 2021? Just absolutely wild how that whole thing unfolded with retail investors.
Totally. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, looking at Nathaniel Popper's book, Trolls of Wall Street.
Right. Popper's background is perfect for this New York Times, covering finance and check. He gets both sides.
Exactly. He understands Wall Street, but also, the whole internet culture side of things. So this deep dive is really about unpacking that, the meme stocks, Wall Street bets.
And just the sheer power of these online communities, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So Wall Street Bets, it started as this subreddit, right? A corner of Reddit.
Yeah, a pretty specific corner.
For people talking openly about, let's be honest, really high-risk trades. But it became something much bigger.
Oh, definitely. More like a cultural movement almost. Changed how a lot of younger people thought about money, about investing.
It's fascinating to look back at the start, though.
Yeah, Popper gets into that. Founded back in 2012 by Yemi Rogozinski.
And his vision was?
Basically, a space with no filters. Talk about crazy trades, high stakes. Totally different from the usual buttoned-up finance forums.
Kind of raw, unfiltered. I can see the appeal.
It definitely attracted a following. People like the unconventional approach.
The things got a bit more complicated. I remember reading about Jordan Zazara joining as a moderator.
Right, in 2016. And yeah, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Different visions for where the community should go, power struggles. It actually led to Zazara pushing Rogozinski out. Apparently there was discontent over Rogozinski's self-promotion.
Wow. So even within this online movement, you had real human drama playing out.
Absolutely. It's not just avatars and username.
Okay, so let's fast forward to the main event.
Yeah.
GameStop, 2021. That's when Wall Street Bets really hit the global stage.
And it wasn't just luck, right? Popper likely details how other things fed into it, like those trading apps, Robinhood being the big one.
Oh, yeah. Made trading so accessible, too easy, maybe.
Well, it certainly lowered the barrier to entry. Suddenly, tons of new retail investors could get in the game with just a few taps on their phone.
So you've got the tech, maybe some underlying economic frustration from folks.
A certain cultural moment, yeah. It all kind of converged.
And led to this incredible collective action around GameStop.
Exactly. Popper, I'm sure, breaks down how these investors, a lot from Wall Street Bets, just coordinated,
Yeah, and drove that stock price to levels nobody thought possible.
Causing massive headaches, huge losses, for some big-name hedge funds betting against it.
In a way, they did it. The memes, the trolling, it felt like more than just investing.
It really did, like a form of market activism almost, using the internet's own tools to make a statement.
Popper probably includes personal stories too, right? The huge wins, the devastating losses.
You'd have to imagine so. That human element is crucial to understanding the whole thing. Puts a face on the numbers.
Okay, let's dig into some themes. This idea of democratizing finance. Wall Street Bets seem to empower ordinary people, yeah.
On the surface, yes, giving them access, a voice, a way to participate, and even challenge the big institutions. Those user-friendly platforms were key.
But did Popper find it was a real shift in power? Or did it just introduce new risks for less experienced investors? Maybe information asymmetry?
That's the critical question, isn't it? More access doesn't automatically mean a level playing field. Popper likely explores those nuances, the potential pitfalls alongside the empowerment.
And the sheer power of online communities like Wall Street Bets. I mean, it's undeniable.
Absolutely stunning, really, how a digital collective could exert such real-world force on financial markets.
It wasn't just stock tips. It was like this shared identity, right?
Yeah.
Anonymity, a bit of a rebellious culture.
Totally. And fueled by its own language, the memes, the slang, like degenerates, apes, diamond hands, that stuff built camaraderie.
Glued the community together and spurred action.
Yeah, that shared online identity was a powerful motivator. Anonymity can sometimes make people bolder, too, willing to take bigger risks together.
Popper also gets into the socio-political side, I assume, like the distrust of the system after the 2008 crash, economic frustrations.
Yes, those undercurrents are important. That lingering feeling, especially among younger men, perhaps, that the system was rigged. Wall Street Bets kind of tapped into that.
Became an outlet for that frustration. Though, weren't there also reports of some uglier stuff within the community? Racism, misogyny.
Popper likely acknowledges that too, yeah. Sometimes that kind of disaffection can curdle into uglier territory online. It's part of the complex picture.
Okay, and one last big theme. This blurring of lines between investing and well, entertainment.
Right, the gamification of trading.
Yeah, like it was a casino sometimes.
Yeah.
The YOLO, you only live once mentality. People posting huge losses almost as badges of honor.
It's a fascinating shift in behavior, very different from traditional long-term investment strategies. It felt like playing a game with real money.
So what does Popper make of that? Does it change how we think about investor behavior, risk, market volatility?
It definitely raises huge questions. This gamified approach, while maybe engaging for some, introduces serious risks for the individuals involved and potentially for broader market stability.
So Trolls of Wall Street sounds like it really captures this pivotal moment, an unlikely online community shaking up the old guard of finance.
Yeah, digging into the complex why behind it, all the tech, the culture, the frustrations, and what it all might mean going forward.
It really leaves you thinking, doesn't it?
For sure. You look at how easy it is now to access markets, how powerful these online groups can be.
And you wonder, how is this going to keep reshaping finance in the coming years?
Exactly. What's the role of the individual investor going to look like? And, what are the long-term consequences for how markets work, how wealth gets created or even lost?
Definitely something to keep watching. Gives you a lot to chew on.